Hey guys, it's Thursday night and we're back again for another vlog. However, this one is not a market vlog because I told myself that I would wait a week, and if the next market had openings, I would apply, and if it didn't, I would take a week off, and it's full. So I'm getting a week off, which is actually really nice because tonight my husband is working kind of late, so he's going to be out for a bit, and tomorrow we have to go to a funeral, so it's just a couple of days that are just going to be really busy. So while the husband is away, the fiber artist will play, as we all know, so I am going to work on our anniversary gift. I'm also doing a lot of chicken prep for my next market, which is in about 3 weeks now, so it's going to be just kind of prepping and getting gifts ready. Tag along, it should be pretty fun. Step one tonight, since my husband's away, I'm gonna work on our anniversary gift. He's really into Berserk, which is like it's like a manga and an anime. I'll insert a picture of his bookshelf. He is so into it. So we're gonna try to make one of the like cross-stitch pillows with like the main emblem, so like a black pillow with like this symbol in red. Obviously, this is inspired by like the viral and very controversial Stardew Valley pillow. I'll insert here. Excellent online drama, we love it. But yeah, that's kind of the inspiration. I've never done cross stitch before, but I'm fairly confident I could figure it out, okay? So we're gonna try the pillow part first, which should just be like a big rectangle, and then cross stitching that symbol onto it. So fingers crossed, let's go see if we can figure that out. So I worked on this that same night I started recording. Also, sorry, my voice is kind of weird now. I got sick again, and then I brought it to girls' night, so I'm working on this present, and then my friend in the background is making like a tutu for Halloween, which was super fun. All right, it's been a couple of days. It took like 4 hours to get through one roll of the dappled, and I didn't get a very big pillow out of it, so we're gonna fold it in half. I'm just freehanding this, we're not doing a pattern, so we're just gonna fold it in half, and it's gonna be like a small decorative throw pillow. So next we're gonna try to do the actual Berserk symbol. I am gonna take you along more for that because this is just like stitching single crochets across, do an extra one, turn it, go the other way, do an extra one, turn it. So that's all this is. This is just 50 across, extra, turn and go for like however many rows up I had enough yarn for. So we're going to try the actual cross stitch part now. And then this morning while I was doing my morning coffee, I did make a stingray and a little octo. So we're productive today, pretty productive. We're going to try to finish the pillow before my husband gets back from work today so that it's ready for our anniversary tomorrow. So fingers crossed. Okay, so I didn't have any of the fancy like print and like stick cross stitch like pattern paper. So we were kind of just doing this hillbilly style. So I just took some little scrap pieces of the green and I kind of measured out, like I counted, you know, how tall I wanted it to be, and then like marked where the other cross would go through it, like that X shape goes through it. And then I just kind of sewed between all of them. And I'm not going to say it was the best way to do it, but it turned out fairly symmetrical, and I think it worked out well enough. So if you need to do a cross-stitch pillow and you don't have the sticker paper, you can kind of just eyeball it and measure it with the little scraps of stuff. And personal preference for me, but I love when something like looks handmade and it looks a little bit off. You know what I mean? Like, it's not perfectly symmetrical. It's not a straight line. Like, it's clearly, like, handmade. Ugh, I just love that. I don't know if you guys have a preference for that, but it is so good. I just love it. Now, at this point in the recording, I managed to get that, like, main line perfectly down the middle, and I was feeling good about that. So I was just kind of measuring between the 2 points where I wanted to take up that diagonal with the kind of, I was using the needle kind of to map out which stitches I wanted. I also want to say, like, the dappled was not a great choice for this as a first cross-stitch pillow. Because it's got a little bit more of a fuzziness factor to it, it's harder to see the individual stitches when you are trying to, you know, do the little X over them. So I think it would have looked a lot cleaner and a little bit, you know, just generally easier for me to see if it was in, like, a standard, like, Bernat blanket or something. But I do love how the dappled turned out. Even though it was weird that it was like a perfect gradient except for that darkest color. So I don't know what dappled is supposed to be for, but I definitely expected a better gradient, I guess. But maybe I don't know, maybe I messed it up. I don't know. Now, as far as the timeline for this goes, the actual like rectangle of the pillow took me about 4 hours, and I would say cross-stitching on this pattern took about maybe 2 hours. Like, it wasn't that bad.
It definitely helped that it was all one color and I kind of just had mostly straight lines to follow. But of course, as I was working on it, I was like, it needs a little bit something extra. So when I had kind of that base image in, I was like, you can't really see it too good. So I added like a little pop of like black as like an accent color. And I think this really helped to like make the image more clear. I don't know, it's not as true to the manga, but I think it looks pretty cute. So here is like the finished pattern. I think it's super cute. Oh, love it. Now for plushies, I just stuff them like, you know, I don't add any kind of lining or anything, but because like a pillow gets a little bit more, I don't know, abuse, I guess, than a stuffed animal, I decided to add a lining. So I just got a scrap piece of like ugly, you know, I'm not going to use a cotton, and I cut it into a rectangle and just did a quick little like sew up the sides. I definitely wouldn't sell something like this at a market because I was, you know, freehanding first time I tried this, but I think it gave me a good idea for how I would do it if I did sell something like this for market. So I did my kind of crappy pillow on the inside, and then I just sewed it up the sides, and this was so satisfying. I love this. Oh my goodness. And it just comes together. You can't see the seam. And honestly, sewing it together like this, like the weird like gradient worked for the dappled. Like you still have the really weird like light to dark, but at least like this was, you know, it was nice. Two medium toned grays coming together. And so these are the final stitches. It's so satisfying, and the beautiful final pillow. And my husband loved it. It was so sweet. He put it on his PC gaming chair, and it was just a perfect little moment. We love it. For the rest of our day for our anniversary, we went on a hike and then went to an alpaca farm. And as like a fiber artist, I loved seeing the alpacas, and they had like the alpaca yarn, and it was just fantastic. So this little alpaca was following us, and then we got to like the baby zone. So these are all the baby alpacas. Hi, babies.
Oh my gosh.
Sweet babies. We have to adopt all of them. Beautiful. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. You're so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. The posse. The squad. Hi, baby. Oh my gosh. She says, yes, I'm actually famished from this hard work. Oh my goodness. Sam, look over your shoulder. She's hanging out. Now, since the baby alpacas were born in spring, they had to like shave them when they were a month old or so they don't get too hot in the summer months. So all of this fiber here is from the baby alpacas because it's too short to like become yarn, but they still want to use it. So we made a little take-home Christmas ornament with it, and it was just so precious. So this is all those baby alpacas we were petting. We took a little bit of them home with us, which was so fun. So this is us struggling to get the lid on, and then our final ornament is so cute. And you guys know I bought some alpaca yarn. I think I'm going to try to make Christmas tree ornaments because it's a lot different than like the Bernat blanket I usually use, but we'll see. The clips you're seeing now, this is me working on me and my husband's Halloween costume. We were going as Gregory and Wart from Over the Garden Wall, if you're familiar with that series. I'll insert a picture of the inspiration and then one of our final costumes. They actually turned out really well. As I'm fighting for my life to make the cape, the cats were all in my business. They really wanted to help out. So I was doing this. Was making the hats out of cardboard, and it was just perfect.
All right, we made it to the end of our 2 weeks, so I have a bunch of stuff to add to the bin. The Halloween costumes got done, but I did not finish the goose video yet. So on the agenda for today, I'm going to do the goose tutorial, the pumpkin goose. And I'm also going to make some autumn squash soup. Like if you've ever had the Panera autumn squash soup, it's my favorite soup. So I'm going to make some. I have a pumpkin and I have a butternut squash. So we're going to really try to do that today. Thanks for tuning in. So here is all the stuff I finished this 2 weeks. Honestly, week 1, I did all of this, and then week 2, I did nothing except for make the Halloween costumes. So we're just gonna add everything to the bin and see if we're full yet. Oh, we're gonna be full. I think it's safe to count this as full, which is awesome. Step 2, my husband went out and got me another bin, so I have a second one the same size. And for the big market I have in about 3 weeks, I want to have a second one full, so I'm all ready to go. So thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you next time.